your strength in the gym is going down on a low carb diet when you try to lose weight, let me show you how to fix that in the next 5 minutes. The first thing you need to understand is that low carbs is not the most efficient way to lose weight, and it actually really destroys your gym performance. When you don't have the right nutrition in your system to fuel optimal performance, not only does your physical performance, your pump, your fullness, and your strength in the gym go down, especially on chest and shoulders, which are the two most carb dependent lifts, but on top of this, you're gonna find yourself feeling tired at work, having more food cravings, and overall being miserable with the dieting process. Now, to be honest with you, this is the way that I used to diet for 13 years, and it used to take so much willpower the first 13 years of my lifting to lose weight, because literally all I knew how to cut was low carb. I would sacrifice 20% of my bench press every time I wanted to lose 10 to 20 pounds, which is not really a worthwhile trade because this is the only way I knew how to cut. It wasn't until 2 years ago when I had been lifting for 13 years, it was a little more than 2 years ago, it was almost 3 years ago now, that I finally learned how to keep my carbs high while still being in a calorie deficit to lose weight. And the key is that you have to use low fat and you have to keep your carbs at least at 150, but if you're really active, you might need 200 to 250, and your protein needs to be usually about at least 200 if you're really active, unless you're really light or you have really good genetics. And so you're getting in those lean proteins and complex carbs and keeping the fats low, getting in your fiber, your metabolism is much better, your performance is much better, your energy and focus is much better, and your results are much better as well because your metabolism is fast, but you're still in a huge deficit. And I'm gonna explain all the nuances. I'm gonna show you how to fix this in the next 1 to 2 days. Actually, by your next workout, you should notice a difference where your strength starts coming back up. I'm gonna tell you exactly what to eat right now. But first, again, you need to understand, the science behind it with all these different macros, right? Fats have 9 calories per gram. Protein and carbs only have 4 calories per gram. So lowering your fat is a great way to get into a deeper calorie deficit, and then getting in your protein and carbs is what you need for optimal performance and recovery. The body and brain prefers to function on carbs, and you're gonna get much better results in most cases if your carbs are high. Now, of course, about 3 to 5% of people do really well on keto, but the majority of other people do really bad on keto. This is why keto has a 70 to 80% failure rate. Not only is it not realistic, but it has a lot of side effects that don't make it worth it. Of course, we all know one person who lost 50 pounds on keto and kept it off, but there's plenty of examples of people who lost 20 pounds on keto and gained it all back and more when they came off, because most of what they lost was water weight and they couldn't sustain it, most importantly. So sustainable strategies are key. So how do we fix this within the next 24 hours? Well, the first thing I want you to do is tonight you're gonna carb up. So I want you to ideally take sweet potato, but you could also do regular potato, or you could do basmati rice. Just make sure there's no oil in it. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take a sweet potato, you're gonna either boil or microwave it, or bake it, whatever you wanna do to cook it fully, and you can find some recipes online for it. What I usually like to do is I'll buy frozen sweet potato chunks. I'll just pop in the microwave for 6 minutes. Really fast, simple, and easy. I know some people say that microwaves are poison, but the amount of radiation you get from the microwave is nothing compared to taking a flight. So if you ever visit your family back home every year or every couple of years, you already have plenty of radiation in your body, so don't worry, microwave isn't gonna do anything to you. So what I do is I microwave sweet potato, and what I do then is I put honey on it, at least 1 tablespoon for the purposes of carbing up, but usually no more than 1 tablespoon if I'm trying to really be in a deep deficit and I've already carved up. And you're gonna put cinnamon and mineral salt on it too. This is one of the best carb sources. You're gonna eat that with 8 ounces of lean chicken breast or lean beef or wild caught salmon, okay? Gonna make such a difference. And then if you get hungry later that night, eat some fresh fruit, not dried fruit. That's too much sugar. It's gonna spike your sugar too fast, but fresh fruit, which is gonna be a lot healthier. It hits your body in a much better way that allows your body to assimilate it as muscle glycogen for performance instead of assimilating it as fat if the sugar spikes too quick into your bloodstream, okay? So fresh fruit and Greek yogurt as well, which is amazing. Just make sure it's a low fat or fat-free Greek yogurt, and a high quality one, not one of the ones with processed carrageenan and sucralose in it, but a high quality, just straight skim milk with bacterial cultures turned into Greek yogurt. That's how they make, healthy, high quality Greek yogurt, not that junk stuff, okay? Now next up, what you're gonna do for breakfast the next day is you're gonna have either sweet potato, regular potato, or oatmeal, or talbina, which is barley, which is a sunnah superfood that the Prophet ﷺ used to eat. You're gonna have about 50 grams of carbs worth, which is about half a cup of uncooked oatmeal, and obviously you cook it with, berries, fruit, honey. There's various ways to do the quantities, but one of the simplest ways is just take half a banana, put it in there, boom, microwave it up, super easy, gonna give you the carbs that you need, and have that either with a protein shake or 16 ounces of egg whites. Now next up, if you're training in the morning, wait 60 to 90 minutes for digestion, go hit the gym, your pump and your strength is already gonna be much better. However, if you're training in the evening, then for lunch, I want you to do the same options as dinner. You can switch it up or eat the exact same thing, whatever you prefer, depending on how picky and how often you need to rotate. And then from there, what you're gonna do is you're gonna give yourself at least 90 minutes to 3 hours of digestion time after lunch before you train. Now, if it's gonna be more than 3 hours, then right before you train, have 2 rice cakes with 1 tablespoon of honey, like half a cup of fruit, and then go train. You could even have like 1 to 3 dates along with the rice cakes. Boom, your performance is gonna be through the roof. You're gonna have the best workout ever. You're gonna be like, dang, I didn't know my workout could be that good. And then from there, you just wanna get dialed in on the right meal plan so that obviously you're able to preserve this level of performance while being in a deficit to lose weight. So again, there's a lot of nuance that goes into this, but I hope this helps. Go ahead and try these out. Let me know how it goes. I promise that within 1 to 2 days, most likely by your next workout of eating this way, you are going to feel a million times better. You're gonna be losing weight, being less bloated, digestion is better, metabolism is up, energy levels are up, and your pump and your performance in the gym are gonna be next level, and you're gonna wonder why you ever wasted so much time cutting on low carbs. Try it out, let me know how it goes. Assalamu alaikum.